to November, and now we're at Island Dragway. It's me firing up the car. You can see the crew guy at Island Dragway, and it's a very short patch of water, so I get a chance to do that. That's like, circa 1982 pro stuff. There's the burnout. Still trying to get the car down the track on nitrous and activating. Rolling into the stage beam. Disappointment abounds because I know the nitrous did not activate again. I still go through the gears. I'm going to get in the fourth gear, shut it down. This is later that day. Really neat shot. Good lighting. Burnouts 4.5. Set the brake pressure. And we're going to bump it through. The procedure's the same. I think the biggest thing going through the process of learning how to drive any race car is the process, just getting everything down, doing it the same every time, eliminating variables. Just when the car gets into that shit. And again, disappointment abounds because nitrous did not activate again. You'll see the first few runs of November, pretty much the same thing happening, nitrous not activating, and that's a big issue. You go home and you try to really get everything correct, you come back, and this one is just a mess. That one you hear the car did not get on the two-step, which means the launch RPM was never met. It just went right to the high side, which is about 7,900 RPM. And the car just launches, and once you get in and out of throttle with a two-chassis car with flimsy sidewall tires, it never goes well. The car gets real out of shape and very temperamental, very nasty. Going through the same procedure here, bumping nitrous through the motor. This is the run where I say I've had enough. Because again, same thing, car falls flat on its face. Dave McCarrickle there looking over is like, yeah, I've seen this about 10 times this year. What's he doing? And you'll see some in-car here, I believe, just summing up the frustration. You could go through every nut and bolt, every part and piece, and if activation was the issue, there's only a few things that it could be. Is the activation switch? Is there something in the wiring of the hard wiring of the fogger itself? And you just have so many questions flowing through your mind, and you get to a point and you got to do something different. And this was that transitional moment. And with a car like this, you want to get a good read on the plugs. Usually you don't drive it back to the pit area for that reason alone. You have someone towing you. And, I believe my crew went to the top end on this run, didn't see me because I drove the car directly back, pretty much into the trailer, as close as I can get to the trailer because you're just so frustrated. I just want to pack up, go home. So at this moment I said, let's take the nitrous off, run it on motor, take a bunch of clutch out of it, and see what happens. And I thank Brian Ward for helping me out the next day. Next time you see the car, will be in the burnout box, and it'll be 1 week later. I believe it was the following Saturday. So this is me. It's good that the GoPro doesn't pick up the audio right now because I'm saying very bad things. Because there's so much work just to get the car in the trailer, get everything in the trailer, bring all the stuff to the track, unload, and so on. So now this is 1 week later. No nitrous on the car. I have a couple spies looking at the car. Staging up. Car a little bit flat through first gear. I shifted 1-2 a little bit short, but went through. This is an 8 flat 177. I am excited because you go from disappointment to getting very excited. I'm emoting quite frequently here. So it's exciting. You go from the lowest to low. Just 1 week previous, I was like, you never, as a drag racer, never think of quitting, but it gets very frustrating, which why everybody does not do it. They get to a certain point and they're like, all right, that's enough. Putting everything back to 0 here, putting the car back in neutral. Alright, and this is 1 week after that. Nice burnout shot. And I'll let the announcer take it.
Looks like about at the 3:30 mark on the return road, you need to come back to the starting line. You cannot be there. Please, yes, yep, you. We need you back this way.
I love that he kept filming during that whole thing as he goes back to the starting line after being berated by the announcer. So that was the first run. You could hear it really never brought the RPM down. It was pretty much driving through the transmission, not the clutch itself, for those of you wondering what was going on there. I changed the tower pressures on the transmission a little bit, and this would be the second run of that day. And we get a couple different angles of this run. I think I had like 7 people there that day. That's my second 7-second run. That was a 779, 178 miles an hour. That was good. That was happiness. There was a lot of people that took their time out to come see me that day. I believe they all had a cell phone camera on them, so thank them for doing what they did. And supporting, which is very important. So this gives you a good idea. This is the last run of the season. You see the procedure. Starting the car, turning on everything, fuel pump, water pump, obviously the ignition, the O2 sensors. I have 2 O2 sensors, one on each bank of the motor. Put the car into 4th gear, wait a moment, set the line lock. This is the burnout. There's the burnout. Go 4-5. Bring it out a little bit, put everything back to neutral, put the car in neutral. Gather myself, that's me turning on the computer. That's basically the record button that I'm doing with my right hand right now. Strapping myself in so when the chutes hit, I don't fly through the windshield. That's very important. And it's all about prep. The run is, very, very short, but just making sure everything is right every single time the exact same way is the challenge. So here I am. Knowing I had a good run on the previous run, I really didn't change much. As you go on, the clutch basically loosens up a little bit, which is where I need to go. It still wants less clutch. This is making sure that the computer is on, so everything's ready to go. Sliding it in. Doppler effect. Throw the chute. 775, 178, 68, I believe is the number. There I am in the shutdown area. Shut the motor off. It's a good feeling coming to a stop and everything kind of slowing down. There's so much going on during the run, you don't realize how fast you're going. And this is my victory lap.
That's where you're going fast.
All right. Thanks for watching. I will see you next season.